Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. In this presentation, we will discuss the diagnostic trouble codes DTCs P030A, P030D, P031A, and P031D pertaining to the ignition coil malfunction in the Honda Accord 2023 and later models. These codes indicate a malfunction in the ignition coil circuit within specific cylinders. P030A for the number 1 cylinder, P030D for the number 2 cylinder, P031A for the number 3 cylinder, and P031D for the number 4 cylinder. The Powertrain Control Module, PCM, which is the brain of the vehicle's engine management system, detects abnormalities in the ignition signal and triggers the DTCs if there's insufficient change in the return signal from the ignition coil during triggering. Each code corresponds to a specific ignition coil responsible for firing that particular cylinder. Proper diagnosis and troubleshooting of these codes are essential to restore engine performance and reliability. The DTCs P030A, P030D, P031A, and P031D indicate an ignition coil circuit issue for cylinders 1 through 4, respectively. The ignition coil is a vital component that transforms low battery voltage into high voltage required to ignite the air-fuel mixture in the engine cylinders. It is located in the engine bay, typically mounted on or around the cylinder head. The PCM monitors the ignition coil's performance. If the return signal does not change adequately when the ignition is triggered, the PCM identifies this as an anomaly, leading to the storage of the respective DTC. Each DTC corresponds to its specific cylinder's ignition coil. P030A is for the number 1, P030D for the number 2, P031A for the number 3, and P031D for the number 4 ignition coils. Understanding the role and location of these components is crucial for effective troubleshooting. When diagnosing DTCs P030A, P030D, P031A, and P031D, several potential causes need to be considered. One common cause is a faulty ignition coil itself. This can prevent proper ignition signal production, leading to the malfunction. An open circuit in the wiring or connectors may also lead to poor communication between components, causing the PCM to trigger a fault code. Additionally, a short-to-ground scenario can occur where electrical currents are improperly diverted, disrupting normal operation. In some cases, the PCM may malfunction despite appearing functional in other areas, leading to erroneous fault code output. Lastly, poor connections, whether due to corrosion, damaged wires, or improper seating, can result in signal failures. Each of these causes should be individually tested to determine the root of the problem. Drivers may observe several symptoms that suggest the existence of DTCs P030A, P030D, P031A, or P031D. A primary indication is the illumination of the check engine light, CEL, on the dashboard. This warning light is triggered when the PCM detects a problem within the engine management system. Additionally, the engine may misfire, leading to noticeable performance issues such as rough idling, a common characteristic when ignition coils fail to produce the necessary voltage for combustion. Moreover, drivers may experience decreased engine power and responsiveness while accelerating, which can make the car feel sluggish. Another poignant symptom is poor fuel economy, as inefficient combustion results in excess fuel consumption. Observing one or more of these symptoms may prompt a vehicle owner to seek further diagnostics to identify the underlying issue. The initial step in troubleshooting DTC P030A involves starting the engine to observe its running condition. The ignition signal produced by the ignition coil which is represented as an electrical pulse, needs to be verified for proper operation. The PCM, being the central monitoring unit, continuously checks the return signal from the ignition coil to ensure it falls within expected parameters. If the return signal does not vary accordingly during ignition events, this points toward an abnormality in the circuit, necessitating further inspection. At this stage, observations may reveal insights into whether the issue lies solely within the ignition coil or extends to wiring and connection integrity. For DTC P030D, the next troubleshooting step involves conducting an ignition coil relay test. This relay serves as a critical component that supplies power to the ignition coils, ensuring they function properly. After confirming the relay is functioning correctly, the external circuit should be inspected for issues such as damage or corrosion that could impede electrical flow. The IG1 circuit that connects to the ignition coil for cylinder 2 must also be examined thoroughly to detect any signs of wear and tear. A break in this circuit could prevent the ignition coil from receiving the power required to activate, leading to misfires and the subsequent DTC. This step is crucial for narrowing down the potential causes influencing the ignition circuit for the number 2 cylinder. When addressing DTC P031A, it's vital to perform a comprehensive inspection of the ignition coil corresponding to the number 3 cylinder. Start by checking for any signs of physical damage or wear that could lead to malfunction. Next, conduct an open circuit test to ensure continuity through the wiring and connectors. This is a critical step, as an open circuit would disrupt the power flow from the ignition coil to the PCM. Also, verify the overall connection state of the ignition coil and its associated wiring, as any loose or corroded connections are common culprits of such malfunctions. Properly diagnosing and rectifying issues in this phase is key to preventing future misfires and further DTC triggering. To resolve DTC P031D, focus on the number 4 ignition coil and inspect it for any physical signs of failure, such as cracks or burning. Conduct a resistance test to measure continuity within the coil, as improper readings can indicate coil failure. After ensuring the ignition coil appears functional, proceed to evaluate the integrity of the associated wiring and connectors. This involves checking for breaks, corrosion, or poor connections that could prevent electrical signals from passing correctly. It is essential to rectify any identified issues, as they may directly impact the ignition performance of the number 4 cylinder. Completing this analysis will help inform subsequent corrective actions for restoring engine functionality. After troubleshooting and potentially replacing faulty components associated with DTCs P030A, P030D, P031A, or P031D, it is crucial to perform a final repair verification. Start by testing the engine performance to ensure that it is running smoothly. Engine performance should be stable, and acceleration should respond appropriately without any misfires or stalling. Following the performance test, use a diagnostic scanner to check for any stored DTCs to confirm that the repair was successful. If no new codes appear, then the repairs can be considered complete. This verification process ensures that all issues have been addressed and that the vehicle is operating as intended, thereby restoring confidence in reliability. Preventive maintenance plays an integral role in ensuring the longevity and reliability of the ignition system in the Honda Accord. Regular inspections of ignition components can help catch potential issues before they lead to significant problems, such as misfires or DTC faults. Cleaning electrical connections periodically helps prevent corrosion that could lead to circuit failures. It is also advisable to replace ignition components like coils and spark plugs at recommended intervals to ensure optimal engine performance. Taking these proactive steps aids in maintaining engine efficiency, ensuring a smoother driving experience, and extending the overall lifespan of the vehicle's engine. In conclusion, identifying and addressing DTCs P030A, P030D, P031A, and P031D involves a thorough understanding of the ignition coil system within the Honda Accord. Systematic troubleshooting is crucial in pinpointing the exact cause of issues, whether they arise from faulty coils, shorts in the circuit, or PCM problems. Following the prescribed diagnostic steps will guide technicians to effectively resolve these codes and restore vehicle function. Moreover, committing to regular maintenance practices can help prevent the recurrence of these issues, thereby ensuring the reliability and performance of the vehicle over time. Implementing these strategies will not only enhance driving conditions, but also provide peace of mind for Accord owners. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.